The woman who emitted flashes from her chest was like an electrical discharge, a completely paradoxical phenomenon of pathology, but also of psychiatry at the same time, which occupied international medical science for a long time, was the luminous woman of Pirano. She was about 42 years old. The woman was named Anna Morano, who, while hospitalized in Pirano, Italy, after a difficult childbirth, experienced strange light phenomena as her body emitted mysterious lights. These flashes came sometimes from the region of the heart and sometimes from the right side of her chest. Essentially, beams of light rays emanated, which were cone-shaped or, in some cases, resembled an electric spark, like that produced in scientific laboratories. These flashes were produced when the woman was asleep or in a drowsy state, and were always accompanied by sighs and difficulty breathing, as if the woman were suffering from asthma while she was actually healthy. Various doctors perceived the flashes, and thus there was absolutely no doubt about their creation. They weren't artificially created, they actually came out of her body. The doctors confirmed. Anna Morano, although now cured of the disease for which she had been rushed to the hospital after giving birth, was kept there for observation, as her exposure, if not unprecedented, but of rare occurrence, had attracted the attention of the whole scientific world. It was then decided to transfer her to the neuropsychiatric clinic in Rome for further study of this phenomenon, but before she was transferred, she was visited by the professor of general pathology, Dr. Vitali, who testified that he was present at the flash phenomenon and that he repeatedly saw cone-shaped beams of light as well as glowing zigzag lines emanating from Anna's chest, Anna Morano. Their appearance lasted only a few seconds. At the neuropsychiatric clinic in Rome, pathologists, natural scientists, and psychiatrists undertook the study of the phenomenon. The purpose of their observation was to ascertain whether the light rays came from an organic cause or whether they were a psychosomatic phenomenon. The woman was thoroughly examined by every means available to science. After being psychologically evaluated, she showed nothing extraordinary except for the bright visions that many religious people have. That is, she sometimes fancied that she saw angels with halos or holding lamps, but for the most part she saw these visions as dreams when she was asleep or when she was half asleep. For 45 days, Anna Morano remained in the psychiatric clinic. For all this time, doctors, nurses, and even photographers were always keeping a vigil by her side, taking turns. The latter, after all, under the instructions of a physics professor, had positioned their cameras in such a way that they were sure that every beam of light emitted by the woman's body would be captured on their photographic plates. But in the clinic of Rome, it was not possible to capture the smallest beam of light, neither by day or by night. The conclusion of all this was that the flashes produced in the hospital of Pirano were an undeniable reality, as many doctors and nurses attested to it. The fact, of course, that they were not observed in Rome later indicated that the condition which produced the luminous rays from her body had passed away. Physicians already knew that certain conditions of the body were capable of producing extremely debilitating light rays, but this was the case with cancer patients, terminal phthisics, and alcoholics, but Anna Morano faced no such problem. In addition, her blood was also tested to rule out the fact that various drugs she received did not contain elements, such as radioactive, that caused her to emit light. Her blood, on the other hand, was found to be normal. Therefore, there was no other explanation left than the psychological one. Her radiance was attributed to psychic energy. The eminent psychiatrist Befagnoni stated the following, quote, "As many times as I have noticed the radiation of Anna Morano's body, I heard the asthmatic breathing and the sighs which usually produce the mediums produce, the psychics, when they are in a state of trance shortly before appearing. Also the phenomenon of radiation which we observed in medium sessions within the darkness of a room. Radiation which takes the form of a cone or of a light sphere comes to mind. Also, when Morano woke up after the appearance of the gunshot, she presented the same symptoms that mediums have. I'm trying to say what gunshot. I'm trying to see what, not gunshot, but the lightning discharge. I'm sorry. She presented the same symptoms that mediums have when they wake up from the possessive state in which they had come to, that is, tachypaltemia, excessive fatigue, and associated fever. Morano presented another similarity to mediums. She often insisted on proclaiming prophecies, which, however, were not certainly fulfilled, of course. Their implementation does not interest us. We have enough with the trend towards the prophecies, and all this convinces me personally that this woman belongs to the class of mediums who are physically and mentally healthy, but have the ability to see something beyond the common world. Anna Morano, well, is neither psychopath nor sick. She's just a medium, and we scientists should deeply investigate the secrets of the human mind and the possibilities of the human soul before trying to satirize a situation that we don't understand yet. That's what the psychologist said. This was published in the newspaper Nation Ethnos, a Greek newspaper, on October 17, 1934. And I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.